Have you ever wondered why some people command respect effortlessly, while others struggle to be taken seriously, no matter how hard they try? It's a stark reality that respect isn't something we can demand. It's something we earn, not just through our actions, but through the integrity of our character. Today, we're going to dive deep into how our daily habits can influence the respect we garner and discuss why, sometimes, the biggest barriers to respect come from within us. In today's video, we'll explore not just any habits, but those that are often overlooked, yet have a profound impact on how we are perceived by others. We'll see how Stoicism, with its focus on self-mastery, virtue and perspective, provides the tools necessary to transform our lives from the inside out. Whether you're a long-time follower of Stoic philosophy or a skeptic who's just starting to explore these ideas, I promise you'll find something in this video that challenges your assumptions and maybe even changes your approach to earning respect. So, if you're ready to take this journey with me, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and share it with anyone you know who is passionate about personal growth and philosophical wisdom. Stay tuned until the end because we're going to tackle some tough questions that might challenge your current perspectives. But that's where the real growth happens. Let's get started and see together how we can live lives worthy of respect and admiration. Habit 1: Making excuses. Let's kick off with our first habit that could be chipping away at the respect you might otherwise command: making excuses. Why focus on excuses? Because they are far more than just missed opportunities to show reliability. They are reflections of how we see and value ourselves and our commitments. From a Stoic perspective, making excuses is essentially relinquishing control over our lives. When we make an excuse, we're saying that external factors have more power over our actions than we do. Stoicism teaches us the opposite, that we have the power to control our responses to external events. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic himself and a Roman emperor, wisely said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Each time you make an excuse, you're essentially denying your own strength and power. Now, think about how often we encounter situations where it's tempting to offer an excuse. Maybe you were late to a meeting or failed to meet a deadline. It's easy to blame traffic, technical issues, or the classic, "I got caught up with something else." But let's unpack that. What are we really saying with these excuses? We are suggesting that we are not in full control, that these external events have a hold on us, events we could have mitigated but chose not to address proactively. Here's the critical part about why this habit erodes respect. When you make excuses, people stop seeing you as a reliable, accountable individual. Instead, they start to see someone who can't manage their time or commitments effectively. If you're always the person with an excuse, eventually people will start wondering if they can trust you to deliver on anything important. However, and this is where Stoicism really lights the way, when you start taking full responsibility for your actions, acknowledging your missteps without defaulting to excuses, something remarkable happens. You begin to earn respect. People start to trust that you mean what you say. They see someone who faces challenges head-on, someone who owns their decisions and their life's direction. This doesn't mean being perfect. It means being accountable. And in accountability, there is tremendous respect and freedom. So how do we start to break the habit of making excuses? It begins with self-awareness. Monitor your responses when things go awry. Start replacing excuses with honest assessments. Missed that deadline? Instead of blaming external factors, assess what you could do differently next time. Traffic made you late. Consider planning for delays or leaving earlier. The more you practice this, the stronger your self-discipline becomes. And Stoicism is all about discipline. Discipline of the mind, the heart, and the actions. By embracing this Stoic approach, you start moving from a mindset of victimhood, where the world acts upon you, to one of active agency. You regain control over your life's narrative, and believe me, that's a powerful shift. Not only will you respect yourself more, but the respect from those around you will naturally follow. Habit 2. Procrastination. You might be thinking, oh, I'll just watch this part later. But hang on, because procrastination is more than just a harmless delay. It's a reflection of how we manage our time and priorities, which are crucial elements of how others perceive and respect us. Procrastination isn't just about laziness, it's about choosing comfort over action, ease over progress. Here's where Stoicism provides an insightful perspective. Stoics believe in living according to nature, which means realizing our potential through action and responsibility. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, famously said, "While we are postponing, life speeds by." Nothing is truer when it comes to procrastination. Every moment spent in delay is a moment not spent living to our fullest potential. So, why do we procrastinate? Often it's due to fear of failure, fear of the effort required, or even fear of success. But Stoicism teaches us to face our fears with courage. It encourages us to take rational action, despite the discomfort that might come with it. Procrastination can be seen as the antithesis of Stoic virtue, because it prevents us from doing what is right or necessary at the moment it needs to be done. Think about the times when you've put off tasks until the last minute. It might have given you temporary relief, but how did it affect your stress levels as the deadline approached? How did it impact the quality of your work? Or consider this, how did it affect how others viewed your reliability and commitment? When we procrastinate, we send a message that our commitments aren't important to us, which can make it hard for others to trust or respect us. But here's the good news. Stoicism offers a way out through the practice of discipline and self-control. Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic emperor and philosopher, advised us to perform each action as if it were our last, without randomness, without confusion, without anything that could distract us from our purpose. So, to combat procrastination, we can start by clarifying our intentions each day. What is it that we need to accomplish? Why is it important? By aligning our actions with our rational understanding of their importance, we can find the motivation to act promptly. Another Stoic strategy is to break our tasks into smaller, manageable parts. This reduces the overwhelm that often triggers procrastination. Begin with something small, something achievable. As you complete each part, you'll build momentum, and the satisfaction of completing tasks can be very motivating. It's about embracing the present moment and acting on it without delay. Remember, procrastination isn't just a bad habit. It's a barrier to living a fulfilled and respected life. It's a barrier to demonstrating the virtues of wisdom and courage, virtues that Stoicism holds dear. Every moment you choose to delay, you're choosing not to be the best version of yourself. So, let's challenge ourselves to adopt a Stoic response to procrastination. Let's prioritize our duties, understand their importance, and take action consistently. By tackling procrastination head-on, not only do we enhance our own self-respect, but we also earn the respect of those around us. They see someone who is dependable, someone who values their time and commitments, and that's a person they can trust and respect. Habit 3. Seeking external validation. It's a common trap many of us fall into, where we look for approval and affirmation from the world around us to gauge our worth. But let's dive into why this habit might be more harmful than helpful, especially from a Stoic perspective. Stoicism teaches us about the importance of self-sufficiency and finding value within ourselves. Epictetus, one of the leading figures in Stoicism, emphasized that freedom begins with recognizing what lies within our power and what does not. Seeking approval or validation from others is inherently outside our control and can lead to a life of disappointment and dependency. Think about it. When we rely on others to tell us we're good enough, smart enough, or talented enough, we're placing our happiness and self-esteem in their hands. It's like giving someone else the script of your life and allowing them to write your story. This not only diminishes our own power and self-respect, but also makes our self-worth as fluctuating as opinions, which are often as variable as the wind. Now consider the impact of constantly seeking external validation on how others perceive us. It can make us appear insecure and unsure of our own values and decisions. In contrast, those who seek validation from within tend to exude a sense of self-confidence and autonomy that naturally attracts respect. They are seen as leaders, as individuals who are self-assured and not easily swayed by the opinions of others. So, how do we start shifting from seeking external validation to fostering internal validation? Stoicism offers a valuable approach here. It teaches us to focus on our own actions and judgments as the true measure of our worth. Are you acting in accordance with your values? Are you proud of your decisions? These are the questions that should guide our self-assessment. To cultivate this inner validation, begin by setting personal standards and goals that are aligned with your values, not with societal expectations or the applause of others. When you accomplish these goals, take a moment to acknowledge your efforts and achievements. This builds a robust foundation of self-respect and self-satisfaction. Another Stoic practice to help reduce the need for external validation is the practice of reflection. Reflect daily on your actions, asking yourself if they align with the type of person you wish to be. This helps in developing an internal compass that guides your decisions and reduces the impulse to look outside for guidance. Moreover, embracing the Stoic ideal of indifference to things outside our control can be liberating. It helps us focus on our own efforts and accept that the only true validation worth having is the kind we give ourselves. This doesn't mean becoming indifferent to feedback or the feelings of others, but rather discerning which opinions should influence our actions and which should not. By strengthening our internal validation, we not only become more self-assured, but also more respected. Others start to see us as individuals who are grounded and centered, not easily rattled by external judgments or fleeting trends. This respect is born from a recognition of our independence and emotional intelligence, qualities that are highly valued in any sphere of life. Habit 4. Neglecting personal growth. This is a critical area because growth is not just about enhancing skills or knowledge. It's about evolving as a complete individual. From a Stoic perspective, personal growth is intrinsic to living a virtuous life, as it reflects the pursuit of wisdom, one of the cardinal virtues in Stoicism. Neglecting this growth can happen subtly. It might look like staying in your comfort zone, avoiding new challenges, or simply coasting through life on autopilot without striving to improve. But here's the Stoic view. Life is a continual opportunity for improvement, and every moment presents a chance to be better than we were yesterday. Seneca put it succinctly when he said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." It's a reminder that stagnation is a choice that contradicts the very essence of living. Why is continuous personal growth so crucial for respect? Well, when people see that you're committed to self-improvement, to pushing your boundaries, and to lifelong learning, they naturally respect you more. They see someone who is proactive, someone who values their own potential, and someone who respects themselves enough to invest in their own future. This kind of attitude is contagious and inspiring. It sets a standard and a positive example for others. So, How do we shift away from neglecting our personal growth? The Stoic practice of daily self-reflection is a powerful tool here. This isn't about harsh self-criticism, but rather a gentle recalibration of our actions towards our ideal self. Ask yourself daily, what have I done today to move towards who I want to be? Have I learned something new, challenged a personal fear, or improved a skill? Embracing the discomfort that often comes with growth is another Stoic method. Growth often requires stepping into unknown territories, which can be uncomfortable. Marcus Aurelius encouraged us to be at ease in such situations when he wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Essentially, embrace obstacles because they are pathways to growth. Moreover, Stoicism teaches us the value of mentors and learning from others. Stoics believed in the wisdom of learning from those who have walked the path before us. Seek out mentors, engage with diverse perspectives, and immerse yourself in environments that challenge your preconceptions. This not only accelerates your personal growth, but also deepens your understanding of the world and yourself. Another aspect is to set growth-oriented goals, goals that align with your values. Define what personal growth means to you in the context of your life and aspirations. Is it about emotional intelligence, intellectual development, or physical health? By setting specific, actionable goals, you can make steady progress in these areas, making growth a consistent part of your life rather than a sporadic effort. By dedicating ourselves to never-ending improvement, we demonstrate a respect for our own life's potential. People respect those who don't just settle for mediocrity, but strive for excellence, not out of pride or vanity, but because it's a fulfillment of human potential, something deeply respected in Stoic philosophy. Habit 5. Dishonesty. In our journey through life, honesty serves as both our compass and our map. Stoicism places a strong emphasis on virtue, and honesty is key among these virtues because it represents integrity and authenticity, qualities that define our character and guide our actions. Dishonesty can manifest in many ways: white lies, omissions, exaggerations, or outright deceit. Each act of dishonesty might seem small in isolation, but collectively they weave a tapestry that obscures our true selves. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus warned us about this when he said, "If you wish to be a person of integrity, then let your actions be consistent with your words." This alignment is crucial because inconsistencies between what we say and what we do can lead to a loss of trust, and trust is the foundation of all respectful relationships. Consider the impact of dishonesty on your relationships. When others discover dishonesty, the damage is not just external, questioning your truthfulness or reliability, but also internal, affecting how you view yourself. Can you truly respect yourself if you know your actions are not based on truth? From a Stoic standpoint, self-respect is derived from living according to our principles, and honesty is a principle that lights the way toward a virtuous and fulfilling life. But why do we sometimes choose dishonesty? Often, it's out of fear. Fear of the consequences of telling the truth, fear of hurting someone's feelings, or fear of revealing our vulnerabilities. However, Stoicism teaches us to face our fears with courage and to consider the long-term benefits of our actions. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor, advised us to perform every action as if it were our last, free from all deception and falsehood. This perspective encourages us to see honesty not just as a moral choice, but as a liberating one that aligns us with our true nature. To cultivate honesty, begin by practicing self-awareness. Reflect on your day and identify moments when you attempted to be dishonest. Ask yourself why you felt that temptation and what you feared might happen if you chose honesty instead. This reflection can help you understand your motivations and prepare you to choose honesty more consistently. Another Stoic practice is to remind ourselves of the impermanence of external approval and material gains, which are often the rewards of dishonesty. Stoics believe that external conditions do not define our happiness or our worth. Our virtue does. By prioritizing honesty over short-term gains, we strengthen our character and build a legacy of trust and respect. Moreover, being honest, even when it's difficult, builds resilience. It teaches us to handle the consequences of our truths with dignity and strength. This not only enhances our ability to deal with challenges, but also deepens the respect others have for us. They see someone who is not swayed by convenience or pressure, but stands firm in their values. In embracing honesty, let's also extend this virtue to our inner dialogue. Be honest with yourself about your strengths, weaknesses, and areas for growth. This internal honesty is vital for personal development and for living a life that is not just respected by others, but also deeply fulfilling. Habit 6. Ignoring others' boundaries. As we explore our final habit that can significantly impact the respect we receive and give, let's delve into the topic of ignoring others' boundaries. This is a crucial aspect of interpersonal interactions that often gets overlooked, yet it plays a fundamental role in building healthy and respectful relationships. Stoicism, with its emphasis on understanding what is within our control and respecting the natural flow of life, provides a valuable framework for appreciating and respecting boundaries. Ignoring boundaries can manifest in many ways, such as overstepping personal space, offering unsolicited advice, or insisting on discussions that make others uncomfortable. Each of these actions might seem minor in isolation, but collectively they signal a lack of respect for others' autonomy and personal preferences, which are essential components of their dignity. From a Stoic perspective, Epictetus taught us to focus on what is within our sphere of influence and to leave others to manage their own. This philosophy helps us understand that respecting boundaries is not just a matter of politeness, but a recognition of the individual autonomy that Stoicism holds dear. When we fail to respect these boundaries, we are essentially trying to exert control where we have none, which is contrary to Stoic teachings. So why do people often ignore boundaries? It can stem from a variety of reasons, perhaps a desire to connect deeply, a misunderstanding of personal space, or even a place of caring too much. However, no matter the intent, the impact can be detrimental, leading to feelings of discomfort or resentment, which ultimately erode trust and respect. How then can we better respect boundaries? It starts with self-awareness and empathy. By putting ourselves in others' shoes, we can better understand the importance of boundaries and why they might be set. Ask yourself how you would feel if someone consistently disregarded your preferences or intruded into your personal space. This empathy allows us to approach others with more consideration and respect. Additionally, Stoicism teaches us to embrace the virtue of restraint and discretion. Marcus Aurelius advised that we speak only if it is necessary and beneficial. Apply this principle in respecting boundaries by asking yourself whether your actions or words are necessary and beneficial to the other person, not just to yourself. This reflective approach ensures that you engage with others thoughtfully, enhancing mutual respect and understanding. It's also important to cultivate open communication. Sometimes all it takes to respect someone's boundaries is to ask about them. Open-ended questions like, "How can I support you?" or "Are you comfortable talking about this?" can invite clarity and show that you value and respect the other person's limits. This not only prevents boundary violations, but also deepens the relationship through genuine respect and care. Lastly, embracing Stoic acceptance can help us deal with the times when our intentions to connect or help are not welcomed. Remember that each individual has the right to their boundaries, just as you do to yours. Respecting these boundaries without taking offense aligns with the Stoic idea that not everything is about us or within our control. By prioritizing the respect of others' boundaries, we embody the Stoic ideals of wisdom and justice, contributing to more harmonious and respectful relationships. Let's commit to being mindful of boundaries, to asking and listening, and to stepping back when needed. This not only makes us better individuals, but also elevates the communities we are part of. Remember, respecting boundaries isn't just about preventing conflict. It's about fostering an environment where everyone can feel secure, valued, and respected.